Politics at boiling point. The war over the legislative bills passed in the Lok Sabha without opposition MPs, because there are simply no opposition MPs left in any numbers. Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge, who's also almost the prime ministerial face of the India Alliance, has just spoken at the Congress Working Committee meeting, where Mallikarjun Kharge has said the country is watching how the BJP is strangulating democracy by arbitrarily passing bills without any discussion. He says there is a conspiracy on to convert Parliament into a platform for the ruling party. Let's go straight across to Mausami Singh joining us live on this escalating story. Mausami, Mallikarjun Kharge speaking at the Congress Working Committee meeting, murder of democracy, still the theme that the India Alliance appears to be going forward with. Mallikarjun Kharge, of course, has even bigger responsibilities now, but this standoff in Parliament, this winter session, has become in some ways a rallying point and will define what happens over the next few weeks going into 2024.
Right, Shiv, and this entire row is now spiraling out on the streets and in CWC meetings and India Alliance meetings, and Mallikarjun Kharge there, underlining the line of attack that the Congress party is going to take, even in going to the extent of slamming the chairman of Rajya Sabha, saying that people in constitutional posts are undermining the constitution and are indulging in groupism and political one-upmanship, which does not behove their position. So clearly, this is an unrelenting attack on not only the BJP government but also the compromising and the undermining of constitutional posts and organizations.
Mausami, thanks very much for that. Hopefully we'll get more information from inside that meeting that's still underway in the national capital. Mausami is reporting from that crucial Congress meeting. Time very short for the opposition as it gets started on the 2024 campaign. Prime Minister Modi's scathing attack, meanwhile, on the opposition happened for the second day running. In an interview to an English daily, Prime Minister Modi tore into the India Alliance over the opposition's constant attacks, he said, on democracy and minority discrimination. Attacking the opposition, the Prime Minister stated that the centre's critics are entitled to their opinions and freedom to express them, but the fundamental issue is that the criticism often insults the intelligence of people. These are Prime Minister Modi's words. Allaying fears, Modi denied minority discrimination, asserting that there is a religious micro-minority that's residing in India. Prime Minister Modi's remarks come amidst the opposition's escalating attacks on the Modi-led government. Meanwhile, there's a big churn on the other side of the political aisle. The India Alliance, the coming together of 28 opposition parties, the rifts, the cracks within Team India is only widening with every passing minute. From the Congress to the Trinamool to the Samajwadi Party, the DMK, every party appears to be at loggerheads with the other. Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool is said to have laid down a deadline now. It's reading the Riot Act to the Congress party to finalize its seat-sharing arrangement in West Bengal and elsewhere. The party has also asked the Congress to push a pro-people agenda and not a negativistic anti-Modi vision. Mamata has also, remember, bowled a googly by proposing Priyanka Gandhi's name against Prime Minister Modi in the 2024 polls from Varanasi, and this is said to be without really consulting the Congress party and therefore putting it in a bit of a tricky situation. There are many theorists who believe that Mamata Banerjee has her own agenda in trying to put the Congress party in a spot. Well, slamming the Congress party, JDU and its leaders have snapped at the grand old party, calling it stubborn in public. A JDU leader claimed that the Congress isn't serious about the India Alliance and that Nitish Kumar should be the one leading the opposition bloc's charge and not Mallikarjun Kharge. Not just this, there was an apparent rift that we reported yesterday between Nitish Kumar and Stalin yesterday over Hindi language. The BJP has mocked Nitish Kumar and Stalin's Hindi face-off. The party posted a caricature of the Bihar Chief Minister schooling the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister in Hindi.
India alliance is actually bonded by corruption, sharab ka corruption, satta ka corruption, gambling ka corruption, and all other forms of corruption. And therefore, if you see Mr. Kejriwal, who's facing serious allegations in sharab ghotala, he is on the run. He does not want to appear in front of ED. Then you see Lalu Prasad Yadav convicted for chara ghotala. Recently, Congress lost elections in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan because of the corruption they've done there. Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi facing corruption charges in National Herald, and DMK government, serious charges of corruption are there, and one after the other the ministers are going in jail, just like Aam Aadmi Party. This bond of corruption is the only bond that is there between the India Alliance partners. On the one hand, there is mission and vision of Modi ji. On the other hand, India Alliance only has commission and corruption.
ये परसों वाली बैठक में आए ही थे इसलिए कि सीट शेयरिंग पर और नेतृत्व पर फैसला होगा, परंतु कांग्रेस के अरियल रवैये के कारण परसों की मीटिंग में चाय बिस्कुट पर मीटिंग समाप्त हो गई, बाकी कुछ नहीं हुआ। सबसे बड़ी बात है कि अगर सीट शेयरिंग नहीं होगी, नेतृत्व का फैसला नहीं होगा, अब दिन बहुत कम बचे हैं। आने वाले दिनों में अगर हम सीट शेयरिंग नहीं कर पाएंगे तो जैसा कि माननीय ममता जी ने और अखिलेश जी ने अल्टीमेटम दिया है कि अगर 31 दिसंबर तक अगर सीट शेयरिंग नहीं होती है तो इन दलों ने अपने रास्ते अलग चुनने का तय किया है। तो ये कांग्रेस को सोचना है कि इंडिया गठबंधन को बचा के रखना है, अपने अरियल रवैये को छोड़ना है या फिर क्या करना है।
विपक्ष के गठबंधन में बीएसपी सहित अन्य जो भी पार्टियां शामिल नहीं हैं, बीएसपी सहित अन्य जो भी विपक्षी पार्टियां शामिल नहीं हैं, तो उनके बारे में किसी को भी बेफजूल कोई भी टीका टिप्पणी करना उचित नहीं है। भविष्य में देश व जनहित में कब किसको किसी की भी जरूरत पड़ जाए, ये कुछ भी कहा नहीं जा सकता है। अर्थात फिर ऐसे लोगों को व पार्टियों को भी काफी शर्मिंदगी उठानी पड़े, ये ठीक नहीं है। और इस मामले में खासकर समाजवादी पार्टी इस बात का जीता जागता उदाहरण भी है।
जो इतिहास रहा है बीएसपी का, उन्होंने हमेशा बीजेपी का साथ दिया। खास तौर से जो मुसलमानों के खिलाफ जो कानून पास हुए, खिलाफ से मतलब जिससे मुसलमानों की दिल आजारी हुई हो, उसमें बीएसपी उनके साथ गई। बीएसपी आज भी हमारे साथ नहीं है। बीएसपी ने पहले दिन से कह दिया था हम इंडिया अलायंस में नहीं आएंगे, हम अकेले चुनाव लड़ेंगे। हम तो चाहते थे कि सब साथ लड़ें, लेकिन जब उन्होंने ही नहीं चाहा तो ठीक है भाई, अपने अलग अलग लड़ें।
Well, does the Indy alliance have a chance in 2024? Is the upcoming general election already a done deal, as so many say? Is Mallikarjun Kharge, as prime ministerial face, the best bet for the opposition brigade? Top poll strategist Prashant Kishore has broken his silence for the first time in this election season. In a blockbuster interview that's already trending and is one of the most watched things today, he speaks to India Today's news director Rahul Kaval. Here are some key highlights from what he said.
The fourth meeting of the India Alliance happened in New Delhi this week. In the way that the India Alliance is shaping up, where do you see this end up in terms of their hope of having one candidate of the opposition versus one candidate of the BJP in at least 400 seats? Do you see it come together, or do you think this will be all talk, a lot of bluster and very little to show meaningfully in the end?
Well, first of all, this one candidate against BJP is, to my mind, it's a theoretical idea. If you see in almost about 300 odd seats, there is already one candidate against BJP. So what you can achieve is probably additional 100 seats where you can cut down on some parties' vote share by 10, which is getting 10%, 15%, which could add to the advantage to those who are fighting with BJP, but I'm not so sure about it. So this whole idea that any alliance would ensure one candidate against BJP is largely a theoretical idea. Because say in Bengal, in Uttar Pradesh, if suppose in Uttar Pradesh Congress fights alone and Sapa fights alone, Congress gets 4-5% vote. That even if you bring them all both together, nobody knows for sure that that vote gets added. And even if it gets added, the margin of BJP victory in Uttar Pradesh is probably more than that. So I don't see purely from the mathematical point of view, putting one candidate against BJP is a great idea, or it's something that can be the game changer. Practically, it's already happening in 300 seats, like in all Hindi heartland, most of the Hindi heartland, it is Congress which is taking on directly the BJP. So it's already 1-1. In West Bengal, it's TMC which is taking on BJP. It's already 1-1. In Uttar Pradesh, it is Sapa taking on BJP. Last time even BSP was in alliance. So it was already 1-1. So in Maharashtra, this India alliance is already in alliance together. There, it is going to be 1-1. So purely 1-1 is not going to be the game changer. As far as India alliance is concerned, I don't think this one effort on the part of opposition parties are going to be sufficient enough, at least not what we have seen till date, to defeat BJP. BJP is well ahead to my mind as of now, and if India alliance has to do well against BJP, they have to do dramatically something very different, something which probably we have not factored in right now. And also within India alliance, it is primarily the Congress which will be taking on BJP in more than 250 seats. They have to do very well in those 250 seats. If they get the strike rate of 30-40%, then only BJP can be defeated.
No, so what
unless
can be
Congress's
that game changer?
strike rate against India alliance, I am telling you, unless Congress's strike rate, forget about India alliance, the end of the day, unless Congress's strike rate vis-a-vis BJP goes above 30%, there is no chance for any alliance against BJP, because it's Congress which is taking on BJP in 250 odd seats. Last time, Congress's strike against BJP, vis-a-vis BJP, is less than 5%. Please take note of this. Whatever MPs Congress has won last time, they have won in Kerala, there was no BJP. They won in Tamil Nadu, they were not fighting BJP. They won in Punjab, there was no BJP. So bulk of the existing Congress MPs have come where Congress was not fighting BJP. So unless game changer is if Congress is able to defeat BJP where they are taking on BJP head on.
One of the ideas that's been thrown up this week is the idea of making Mallikarjun Kharge, the current Congress president, the prime ministerial face of the India alliance. Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal have both suggested this idea. Do you see there is some traction there in this attempt to try and stitch the Dalits, the Muslims and some other communities together, depending on which party is in alliance, but basically by projecting Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial face to take on Prime Minister Modi?
Well, Rahul, I'm a believer that if you do something right or wrong, it would have some impact. Say when India alliance called themselves India, instead of calling themselves UPA. Definitely there has been a chatter, there was a buzz, but they stopped there. Similarly, if they announce a face, whether it is Mr. Kharge or somebody else, definitely it will add some more jing to what they are trying to do. But the irony here is that Mr. Kharge's name was proposed by Ms. Mamata Banerjee and Kejriwal. His own party did not necessarily back the idea. Mr. Kharge is the president of Congress. So if it would have proposed by Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal and backed solidly by Congress, then it would have got merit to discuss. I do agree that if Mr. Kharge is made a prime ministerial face on the part of India alliance, it would definitely add some, it would give some advantage to India alliance because he is a tall leader, senior leader. How much, that I don't know, because he is from South India. And largely the battle with BJP is in North and the Hindi heartland. But definitely, rather than having no face, if you would have a face, it would have an advantage.
Do you have a strategy or at least the outline of what you think could be a potential game changer idea which breathes some life into the moribund Congress?
No, Congress, the strategy, I don't know. I have nobody to suggest them a strategy. The biggest strategy they need to take on table is they have to first accept that they are moribund. The problem is Congress is never ready to accept that fact. Whenever I have dealt with them 2 years back, now I'm no longer dealing with them, but they simply, so long you continue to refuse and live in denial, you're not going to get better results. The problem is not that there is no better strategy to take on BJP. The problem is Congress doesn't want to accept that they are moribund and they need to do things differently. Exactly what I told you in Madhya Pradesh. BJP, despite all their might, they realized that they made mistake in Madhya Pradesh and they made the amends this time. Congress, despite the fact that they are moribund, they continue with the same strategy, same policy, same narrative, same chat, same approach. So obviously they are not going to get any advantage of it. So if I can give one piece of advice, I would say, please accept that your organization in the large part of Hindi heartland is all but dead. Unless you accept it, you cannot make corrections.
That is a very important point, that accept that there is a problem, because the problem is staring you in the face. It keeps coming back to bite you, and yet the Congress at this moment doesn't seem to want to accept that.
Don't miss that full interview that comes up at 8 p.m. on News Track. This is the first time that Prashant Kishore has spoken in this election cycle. What you've seen is only a very small part of it. That full interview to Rahul is at 8 p.m. Don't miss it. Viewer Justin Trudeau is an apologist for terror.